Yo, video games! We're still making them. And that's the news. I know it's really late, but honest to goodness, I just want to get to work on this and get my mind off potentially other things. Also, it's raining outside.
Yeah.
If it keeps raining, that'll make nice sleep weather. I don't know, I like it. It's like white noise. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to want to do here is make a family. Good evening, Daisy. Okay, that should be all my families. We will call it title buttons.
Someone I follow on Twitter just posts, black cats are often discarded, but they are beautiful and match your goth wardrobe, so you can save on lint brushes. Adopt a black cat today. Agreed.
Black cats are always... Just because of superstition. Like, black cats are generally given a rough time.
Yeah. Someone replies, my local humane society will adopt black cats during October for fear of abuse of animals. So they just don't give them out.
Hmm.
Like they were saying that their mom wanted a particular cat and
Yeah.
had to go back and play with the cat every day for 2 weeks before they finally gave it and gave it to her.
Hmm.
Like, okay, you're gonna be a good mom.
Because otherwise, like, I guarantee somebody's just gonna go like, oh, I want a black cat, it'll be Halloween-y. And then as soon as Halloween's over, it's like, okay, well, that's done. We don't need this cat
Actually,
anymore.
a lot of really sick fucks abuse black cats on Halloween.
Hmm,
Like,
yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. I don't know what to call this, so I'm going to call it MID. Make them all -1. Okay, so we're going to have on start of layout. So for each title buttons,
I know a lot of people who swear by the fact that black cats are like unlike any other cat that they've ever encountered.
I've, honest to goodness, I've never had a not black cat.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to compare. Like, I'm sure someone would say, yeah, this is like so abnormal for cats, and I'm like, it's a cat.
Well, Muffin is special.
Muffin is also
Muffin is stick her hand in a glue trap special.
idiot.
She is an idiot.
And like,
Donut is like any other cat I've ever seen. Donut, you look at him and he just starts purring.
yeah. I don't know, I think it's also neat just how drastically different cat personalities can be.
Yeah.
Like, you think, oh, it's a cat. They're gonna act like a cat. Like, nah, there's way more to it than that. You get butthole cats, you get affectionate cats, you get affectionate cats that'll tear your arm off sometimes.
Donut.
Like, it's just a huge spread of personalities.
Butt liquor.
Okay. Is on layer. Oh my goodness, thank you. I spent like all day not knowing. I spent like all day not knowing if it would let me like check if something was on a certain layer.
Oh.
Like thinking, I'm pretty sure it'll let me, but I don't know. And my entire plan revolves around letting me check what layer this thing is on. So my next question then is, can I do a for each and then refer to loop index? Okay, so this is on quick CPU.
Can you loop index in a 40?
I'm about to find out. Okay, so this is quick CPU, so... So this should be... So you can... But if I put that before...
What do you see?
And now I do it. Alright, we are in business. So you can, and, just in case you want to know, I have this check for is on layer. When I had this underneath the for each, it did it. It set everything to loop index, but because it would run the for each, it was going like, here's one, oh wait, it's not on the layer. Here's one, oh wait, it's not on the layer. So I was...
Yeah, order matters.
Yeah, so the numbers were like 1, 7, 22. But I just moved this above, and I wasn't sure if I would have to move this above and then make this like a sub-event, or if I could just put it above. But just putting it above works, and I get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spot on. Exactly what I need. Hey, Zulius. Okay, now I just have to do this for each layer. Actually, I do wonder if I can just put this down here, and this down here, and then grab this, and put it here. No, because I got that up top, and that's the problem. So I just have to do this again. I have to change this from quick CPU to
I like this animal.
quick match.
I like this animal.
Muff.
She's not very into me, though. Do you love me, Muffin?
Campaign.
I like this animal.
And finally,
Ugh.
main.
Why are my boots over there.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go put them over where they should be.
Yes, everything seems to be a little less broken today. I just started though, so let's see what we get.
I'm gonna wreck your game!
Oh no.
Smash!
Wow.
Huh?
I mean, you broke my monitor.
Smash!
You did technically break my game, and now I'm very upset because you also broke many, many other things.
For those in the chat, I didn't actually break anything, I promise. Maybe not because spirit.
Okay, so let's take a look here. 0, 2, 5, 4, 4, 0, 2. Alright, it worked! Okay, so what I just did, was I just put all of the menu options in one family, so I can refer to all of them by their family, which is, I forget, menu options or something. And then I then made it determine or assign a value to MID based on vertical alignment. So like, but it's for each menu. So like you look at this first menu, and these now have a value of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I go into this menu, these also have values of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're getting places. Now comes the fun part where I actually use this. Let's add group for transition. We are not active on start. Okay, so how exactly do I want to do this? So you're going to click on a button, and it's going to change to this. So I'm going to want to make that variable to start. I'm going to be assigning it in there. I keep having to make all these global variables, and I hate making global variables. I just need everything in this one particular code sheet to see them. And I guess unless I make a static variable, that is, if I put all of the code in this code sheet into a group, and put a static variable at the top of that group, I could do it that way. Otherwise it needs to be global, but like, I don't want this variable to be seen by every other code sheet. There needs to be like a sub-global. Like, global just to this.
Just put the whole event sheet.
Okay, add another variable. This variable is going to be called...
And then you're really annoyed with scope issues and you could have used something else later.
Okay, so tran number, and we're going to start with... I don't know, I don't care, 0. Okay, so the frustrating thing here is I am going to have to make like 8 of these, but once I make one, it should get a lot easier. Compare variable, trans state is equal to 0. Can I... Layer is visible. I can. That is amazing. If layer main is visible, and then I'm going to need another one after that for else. So if layer main is visible, then everything needs to move towards 0. So we're looking for... Wait, can I go back here? Title buttons is on layer main. For each title buttons, it doesn't matter if they're ordered or not. It's for each title buttons. What's up? Muffin, do you see ghosts or do you see bugs?
Do you see foam?
Or do you see foam? Okay, well... self.y... These will always go up, won't they? So self.y minus, let's go dt times 60 and get that out of the way, times self.mid. So, I need to know when they're going to be done moving is the thing. Which means I actually need to know a destination. But let's go back up here to main menu and have, when you click on campaign, this takes you to a different menu. Takes you to the campaign menu. So we're going to toggle all of these disabled. We're going to make mcampaign, Z order, move to top. Let's see here, set value of trans state to 0. Let's see, your main menu will need to be deactivated. And we're going to set transition activated. So that'll come here, and that'll come down here, and that'll move them all up at that pace. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah! Okay, we're going places. So where do I want to go from here? Actually, I want to go a little faster than this, so I'm going to do that times 2. I also need the X coordinate to go in. And where this one needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up, it needs to go left 1. So for every 4, this goes 1. So I should be able to make this 0.5. And now it should also do that. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah!
What?
We're going places. Now I have to make them stop. We successfully made them go.
It's going alright. Wee wee.
Oh, that was a police car. I thought, for a second, I thought it was the guy downstairs going, "Woo!" I hate this apartment.
Same.
Okay.
You know, when we move out, we're gonna be like, man, I miss that idiot who screamed downstairs. He went, woo! Remember that guy?
I'm not gonna miss him.
I miss the other guys.
I'll miss the other guys.
I already miss the other guys.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
hey
but-
guy, can you stop screaming at the top of your lungs
Yeah,
and
but-
instead play under?
Woo!
Can you stop screaming at the top of your lungs and instead play Undertale music really loudly?
Sing along to Okusenmon.
Sing along to Okusenmon.
That was great.
I'm sad I wasn't here for
Yeah,
that.
you were at work.
I can't put expressions in here, can I? Like in the initial declaration? I wish I could. I don't think I
You
can.
might be able to, actually. I don't know.
No, they don't let you do
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Like, I wish they did, but I understand that they don't. Okay, so what we're looking at is title buttons. Okay, so on layer main, the one with that, we are going to set goal Y to be equal to title buttons dot Y. And that's our goal. That's where we're going. And I can set that every turn or every frame because that should never change. Then we search down here. And what I'm going to want to do is... Oh, it should be pretty easy to check, if it's less than or equal to... I'm gonna need to add another variable. Call it goal X. Goal X will be this dot X. Okay, so that should stop them. Then I just need to... What am I doing? What am I looking for? I need to set layers visible or invisible. Set layer parallax, set layer visible. Set main will be invisible. Set layer, we just clicked on campaign, so it's going to be campaign will become visible. Trans state still stays 0 though. So we do that, and that should trigger this down here. I'm going to want another event down here that says pick all title buttons. I'm just gonna add another local variable, and that's gonna make my life a lot easier. Okay, so that should do that. They should all be at the correct location. And finished is 1. Then we change layer visibility. Then instead of main, we're looking at campaign. Okay, so if we trigger finish, we make sure we get everything put to the right place. Then we change layer visibility, grab the X and Y, of the 0th element, and set all of them to be at that location. And since it's the 0th element at the top, we're going to set that to 0. GMS2? Oh.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's Construct 2. Okay, so that should do that. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh. That may have been too fast.
It vanishes.
Yeah, I think that's going either too fast. Ah, you know what I think I was doing? Okay, let's try it now. Oh yeah. I don't know what layer I'm on, but hopefully it works. I still feel like it's not going fast enough, so I'm going to double its speed and make this 4. And make that a 1. Better. So I remember reading somewhere that whenever you're trying to, like, hone in on a number, to always double or halve.
Oh yeah, that was something that my game design professor instilled in this.
Yeah. Because otherwise you're gonna go like, well, I want it to be a little bit faster, so I'm gonna make this 2 like a 2.5.
Yeah.
Or a 2 point, or a 3, or now a 3. And you're gonna work your way up to that double anyway.
Yeah.
Half the
It
time.
helps you narrow it down more because, like.
And you go like, oh, it's too
from
fast,
2
and you know it's right in there.
You go from 2 to 4, and then you go, okay, that's too fast. And then you go to 3, which is right in the middle. And it's either going to be just right, too fast, or too slow. And, like, you slowly narrow it in.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, incrementing your way up for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Plus, it gives you a better frame of reference.
Okay, I'm gonna double this again. Which I feel like is gonna be too fast. But we'll see. Actually, that wasn't bad.
You! Yeah.
Let's go with that. I'll fix it later if need be. Okay, so we're still at this point stuck in we're in the else statement now because main is no longer visible, theoretically.
I need a new mouse.
So okay, so else, so we're looking now to do the same thing in the other direction. So we need... Goals are going to be hard, but I can base them based on their number, but I'm still going to want to set a goal... And I'll end up changing the goal to be the origin, the 0th element. So let's start by setting our goal is on layer, not main, but campaign. Go 0, and we'll set that to be our goal. And we're going to grab something very similar to this. Can't paste here. What? Why not? Oh, because I don't have that variable. I might as well grab that variable too, I'll probably need it. Okay, so we'll do all of this, and after it's done... Actually, you know what, I can just put it up here. Systems... No, it doesn't even matter what it is, because as soon as we're finished, we're going to exit out of this whole mess. So, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. What am I doing? Doesn't matter. Okay, so... Finish to 1. Huh? What's up?
Trello is crashing. Either Trello is crashing or our internet is crashing.
Oh.
We're up and retrying. Oh no!
Okay, so, we are... This is going to be plus...
I think it's Trello.
plus... this is not main, this is campaign.
Well, pull up, speak.
So if y is greater than or equal to goal y plus 48 times title buttons dot MID. Pretty sure they're all 48 units apart. They are. We will set our x to goal x plus 48 times... No, this is going to be 12. Okay, so set x to that to that, and finished one. So it should move, and as soon as it gets there, it does the thing, and it's done. Then we can go down here and go add another condition, system, set variable, set variable, set variable. Compare variable, that's what I'm after. That one. So I do that when finished is 1, when finished is equal to 1. Then everything should be locked into position. Like everything should be in the right spot. So we shouldn't be doing this anymore. So I guess at this point, I'm just going to set group active, campaign, set group deactive, transition. Alright, what happens? What happens? I click on it and it goes... Oh yeah, so slick! So slick. So slick. Yo, look at my menu. It's so slick. Yo, look at my menu. It's so slick. I click a button and it goes... Achoo! And then you get to click the next thing.
Look.
I don't have any... Right now I only have one button programmed, but like... It's so slick! So slick!
The heck was that noise, Mom? She goes...
Moth.
I think she was yawning, but like a little air came out, so it just went...
Muff.
Whoa. So important.
Okay, so as it turns out, we only actually have 2 menus we go to from this top menu, and that's Campaign and Quick Match. Because Time Trial and Endless will both jump straight to Character Select. Options will be a different menu entirely, and Exit just closes the game.
Logan, you are so important. You are such an important animal.
So I'm going to have to mimic this for Quick Match. And I'm just going to change this to if this says 1. So if you click on Campaign, it does this. If you click on Quick Match,
Oh my goodness, Trello, can you work? Hello. Trello, you're killing me.
M Quick.
I need my to-do lists.
And then the code here is going to be very similar. Because this is all just the going to. Only instead of campaign, we're changing this to Quick Match. Campaign is Quick Match.
I got it. Okay, I figured out what I'm doing. Because I had a dilemma of how am I gonna write this save array? Like how am I going to write to the array that you just picked up an item without doing something like when you die, forgetting that whether or not you picked up that item. I'm just gonna add a fourth axis or fourth I guess whatever, to the z-axis, and keep a temporary save, like a running save, that records everything that you've collected and that you're doing in the moment, and then when you actually save, overwrite the save array in your current save slot. That way, like, you save, like say you save with without the double jump, right?
Yeah.
And you go get the double jump, and then it'll save in slot 4, effectively. There is no slot 4 load on the main menu, but it'll save in slot 4, and then you die, and it loads back in slot 1. Like, slot 1 is untouched until you actually save. I think that is how I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so how I did it in, well, Gaia, was I didn't do anything too fancy. I mostly just have that your save is stored in a file somewhere, and so when I load everything from that file, and I load everything just into your current running array. And
Yeah,
then,
I guess that's what I would do.
and then I just do whatever the crap to that array. And when you save, I overwrite the save file. And like when you go to the title screen, I just reload from the save file.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, that works for the title screen. I'm just thinking about, like, when you die in the middle of a game.
Yeah, if you wanted to have like
You have
checkpoints.
to, like, on the fly.
Yeah, if you wanted to have like checkpoints or something without actively saving.
No, that's not, I mean, it actively does save when you save. There are no, like, checkpoints.
Okay, so you just go back to your save point.
Yeah. But I'd have to, like,
Hmm. Yeah, because I just title screen you when you game over.
I want as little like interaction as possible, or not interaction. I want as little delay between death and restart.
Hmm. I feel... I guess that doesn't feel as important for me because I don't want to make this a game where you're dying so often that that's a problem.
I don't want that either.
Like, I want...
Like, it's not that kind of game,
Yeah.
but
No, like, I want the death to feel like a suitable punishment for... Like, what happens when you die to feel like a suitable punishment for dying.
yeah, I just don't want to play back to the screen.
Yeah. And that's just where... Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just where I feel like I don't want you... Or I want when you die, I want it to be a big enough deal that you getting title screened feels like inappropriate. Otherwise, though, I think what I would probably do is, if I wanted to just, like, load your last save when you die, I would probably just do the whole hullabaloo of loading from the file, and, like, it'd be a heck of a deal, but, I don't know, you died, you can sit there for an extra 1 frame,
I guess.
because it takes so little time. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I'd do, but, like, you do what you do.
it's kind of 6 to 1 half.
Yeah.
Although, it does save a lot of space to not do that.
It depends what... Well, what do you mean it saves a lot of space to not do that?
In the array, but
Oh.
it's like an extra CX system.
Yeah. Oh, to do it your way.
Yeah.
By that, I thought you meant by what I was doing. Okay, that should be it, and we have a second menu that also does it, potentially. That is slick as snot. It's great.
Ew. That's nasty.
That is slick.
It is nasty.
Look at this crap.
I'm not looking at it if it's like snot.
Look at this crap. Okay, so I hit quick match, and it goes...
But
Like, the quick match goes up, and then everything else comes out of quick match.
yeah.
I don't have a backward. I should probably get on that next. Okay, so back is going to be much like the first. So this is going to be 2. Yeah, both of these are coming from main. So 2 is, this is coming from quick match. So is on layer quick match.
Huh.
Okay, so is on layer quick match. 0, set goal X, goal Y. Quick match. Dude, but dad jokes are the best.
Well,
Muff, what are you doing? so that should be good. That should be good. We're going to set... Quick match invisible. Main becomes visible. Then main. And then we go down here to main. Set group main activated. Okay, so that should work for quick match. Quick match going back. So set group. Quick match deactivated. Transition activated. Replace this with Q back. And set trans state to 2. Had enough of you. Hey there, Supersonic. Okay, so quick match should also now work. You should be able to go back and forth. It'll be great. Everybody will love it. I'm gonna add a local constant for menu speed. Menu speed. Menu speed times 4. Yes, Construct 2 is HTML5 based. Admittedly, I'm not super fond of that, but you can hardly tell in the end product, so... And it does everything else exactly how I want it to, so I'll live. Yeah. Well, HTML5 and JavaScript, I think its underlying architecture is JavaScript.
Yeah.
So you more or less nailed it. Okay, let's make that 3. And this is going to go from quick match to this is campaign now.
I guess you should also put this up here.
Yeah. Alright. Why doesn't that work? Oh, right. That's why it doesn't work. Okay, so from campaign... Okay, so we have quick match. Back button is here, so we need to go to campaign's back button.
The tactile use of paper towels, I am fucking missing.
Oh man.
You're like, good for you.
And this is 3. Alright. Oh yeah. So it's not doing some things quite how I expected them to, so I made menu speed a global constant so I can change it and see what things look like. It is very hard to tell what's going on.
Leave it a constant.
Well, I can change it up here.
Oh, okay. I was like, you can't change a constant. But I mean, like, I guess you can change the original.
Watch me.
Laws of physics makes me very uncomfortable.
So for like, I'm gonna have to do this in debug mode and like step through it frame by frame because I swear for one frame. Oh my goodness, how am I gonna do this? I have to like go bam, bam. Is there a hotkey for pause?
I'm looking that up right now.
Well, it's not Control P. I don't know what Control P did. But let's not speak of that ever again.
No, there are no.
amazing. Can I pop this out? Get over here. So I can friggin... If I click on this, yeah, it's gonna hide behind that. Okay, I need you to be there. Dang it. Dang it! This is hard. I did it. By putting the two buttons almost right next to each other. So this does exactly what I wanted to do to start. And then it gets here. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, next. Oh, that's what the problem is. I see what's going on. So on the back buttons, which are these, I do not need to move the back button to the top of the layer. It's in campaign, and then in quick match, move to top of layer. Instead, what I need to do is, in quick match, when I find the one that has an MID of 0, I'll also move you to the top of the layer. Okay, now it should look fine. Except there. Okay, so that's in here where we're doing quick match. So in quick match, in here, right there is the issue. So once we get on layer main, where MID equals 0, we set that to that and move that to the top of the layer, which we do not want to do. Instead, I'm going to do this. Let's see here. This is on quick match. Quick match, quick match, quick match. 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. So slick. Okay, let's go back up here and set menu speed back up to, I don't know, let's go 1.5. .5 is a little fast. Let's knock you down to 1. I think 1 is pretty alright. And look how slick that menu is. Yeah. So the only issue now is I have one more of these menus to program, and that's going to be the versus CPU menu here, which currently just does this, and then goes back. And this one is going to be a little bit trickier. Because we're on the quick match here, and it's versus CPU, so it's this top one here. So they're all going to move up and collapse into versus CPU. So I'm thinking probably the easiest thing to do is going to be to copy one of these, put it down here, give it a transition state of 4. And then let's just go and change everything we need to change. Main is going to change into quick match. Main becomes... Nope. Quick match. Quick match. Set layer. Quick match invisible. Set layer. Quick CPU visible. And then after that, it's all quick CPU, quick CPU. And then after that, this should be all quick CPU. Quick CPU. Oh, and then at the bottom here we have set group. Quick CPU activated. Now to go back and fix it and make it actually work in a somewhat unique circumstance. Later, Zulius. So in this one, we're actually looking for an MID of 1 to be this. Is on layer quick. So this is going to be not just does not equal 0, but is greater than 1. And then I use MID in here. I'm going to want to do MID minus 1. So each one moves 1 degree slower. Okay, that should be fine. That should be fine. This is gonna be the same deal. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you're... No, because you are collapsing into that second one. So that second one's not moving. Yeah, okay. And then on quick CPU, we're looking at this, where we're looking at them coming out of this. Hmm? Okay, and that should move them all in correctly. And then on the outgoing... Oh man! Thanks for the donation! I'm not used to this, I'm not ready. I don't have anything ready. Hold up, let me figure out if you left a comment. Taylor Vurin donated $5, says, "Hi Naka, I just wanted to say hi and was wondering what you thought of Samus Returns, and if you had any trouble with any of the Metroids. Funnily enough, I died at least once against every stage except the Omegas. Your choice of Metroid game for my vote." So that'll be the vote for next week, and thank you very much. I'll try to remember to answer this come the actual Fragment Friday. But as far as my opinion on Samus Returns, I haven't actually played it yet. I feel so bad because I've had it here for like weeks. And honest to goodness, like, I don't know, the past month has just been a growing crap storm. And I have just felt less and less inclined to sit back and just kind of do something for fun because I have some free time to do something for fun. Because we've had so much crap going on. And just getting worse. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll get a chance to play it by Friday. We'll see though.
That's the zoomies.
And then maybe I'll be able to give you a proper answer. Feel bad I bought it on, like, on release day.
She's crazy.
Oh, is this correct? No, it's not correct. Because if it assumes that as the 0, I think all I have to do is put in a -1. Because that'll say then, if we have... If it's treating this as 0, even though this is 1, then that means... that this would be a 2, so it's going to calculate this thing's end location as 2 beyond its 0, which is right here. So it'd be there. So we do need to subtract 1. And that should do it. That menu should now work. Let's find out. The quick match versus CPU. What happens? Oh, right, I didn't trigger it.
Oh.
I didn't put the trigger in. So this is 4. We're going from quick match. Q back is going to be CPU. Quick match, transition, this is 4. And we are going to want to set versus CPU as being Q CPU. Q CPU, move to top. Now let's try it again. Quick match versus CPU. Oh yeah! So nice. So nice. Because I get to go like quick match, and then you get CPU. So I haven't got it to go back yet, but once I get this thing to go back, that will be the actual end of our fancy menuing of the day. And this should be as simple as changing the quick matches to quick CPUs. And the quick CPUs to quick matches. Match. Quick match. Quick match. Transition is disabled. So that should just about do it now. This is going to be in quick CPU. When you hit back. So this is going to be set group quick CPU. Deactivated, transition is activated, transition gets set to 5. Alright. See what it looks like. So nice. Okay, so let's make sure nothing funny happens and the Z order doesn't get messed up, but otherwise I think we're good. So we're looking at, so in quick match here, when you hit CPU, it moves CPU to the top. Am I an R-type? I am. Actually, I forget. I forget what the R-type and K-type thing are. Well, it's actually a, the MIPS architecture. I'm sorry.
Stupid joke!
I'm sorry. Actually, I don't think that's exactly what I was looking for. No, that's not at all what I was looking for. There's like R-type and K-type. If I look for K-type, it'll come up. K-type engine. Ah, there we are. R selection. The RK selection theory. That's what I was looking for. Okay, yeah, so the R-types are, it's effectively quantity or like, do you prefer quantity or quality with your children? And an R-type is one that just has more kids in hopes that some of them live. Whereas a K-type has fewer children, but puts a lot more time and effort into raising them to make sure that, like, one or two survive.
I'm assuming that this is some kind of, like, biological
Yeah,
species
yes,
theory.
it's not just something some guy decides. It is a biological theory, so that's like humans are K-types. Whereas stuff like,
Frogs,
yeah,
insects.
are R-types, because, and that's actually one of the references to the Bido in the R-type games, because the Bido are R-types. They just go. Like, there's no, we're going to prime this one up and make it the best warrior the galaxy's ever seen. It's just, we're just spewing Bido everywhere. They're not necessarily reproducing, though, because the Bido were weird, but it's like, that's just the thing, is they just keep making more Bido. So, now you know where the title of R-Type came from. Back to what I was doing.
The Bido are the most dangerous fictional species you know of.
They're up there. The thing is, I'm sure that I know of a worse one, but it does not come to mind. is the thing about the Bido is, like, they just keep making these cores, and the cores just keep making Bido. So, like, you can fight off a billion Bido all day long, and, like, they don't give a crap, because they just keep spewing out more Bido. And every Bido that dies gets absorbed back in and reused and remade. Like, that's where the material comes from. All the attacking fighters that killed them, that maybe died along the way, also taken in and turned into more Bido.
What's wrong with you?
Friggin' water bottles way over there.
What's wrong with you, Lovin?
So, like, the Bido Empire just grows and grows and grows, unless you manage to destroy these cores that actually do the reconstruction of them. But the cores are, like, everywhere, and they can make more cores. The only reason the series eventually... Like, in every R-Type game, it's always like, strike the core of the Bido Empire, and you go and you blow up the core. And then you find out that wasn't the real core.
Or was one of...
It's just one of 100 cores. And it wasn't until R-Type Final that you found the core and managed to destroy it. But, like, I don't know, I also feel like they did that just for the sake of... Because the Bido also have a hive mind. So there's no, like, even one control center or anything. It's just, they just all go.
It's just a series and they're like, please end this.
Yeah, like, R-Type Final was intended to be the finale to R-Type. So that's what they made in order to end R-Type. And really, all you do is you just go to a place and you destroy the Bido core again. It just so happens that this time you found the right one. But, like, canonically, I feel like... I don't know, I can just keep making cores. The Bido are weird. Okay, back to what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm almost done. It's also 10:30, so it's a good thing I'm almost done. So we click on QCPU, move QCPU to the top of the layer, as it should be. Then once we're in here, that's the one we move to the top of the layer, because that's good. And then when we're going back, we do not move, even though we click the back button, we do not move back to the top of the layer, because what we actually want is QCPU to be at the top. So what I'm going to have to do here this one is actually going to be similar to you. Yes, you. So, top of the layer. So we grab the 1, which is going to be the QCPU. Move it to the top of the layer, so everything is forced to go underneath it. Then we go to the new layer. So we're going to quick match. Now on quick match, I think what I do is... Was that one right? Or was it this one?
Love it!
Yeah, it's still one that we would want at top. So like in the bottom here... Yeah, so we find one and we move it at the top of the layer, and that should be good. No need to do anything else. That should do it, and we should be done. So, quick match. First CPU. Back. Back. Campaign. Back. Like, those are all the menus we have, because everything else just jumps straight in. But that should be good. Alright, so here's a question for the chat. This is something I've been mulling around and debating in my head of what exactly I want to do with for a little while. And that is how to show how many gems you are holding. Because what I want to do is, honest to goodness, what Magical Drop 3 does. But I also don't want it to feel like I'm just ripping off Magical Drop 3. I mean, it is, but I also don't want to get sued. Which, so what I'm debating, though, is... So you have the clown up here that moves left and right. So in Magical Drop, when you grab gems, the clown holds the gems. But it holds a number of gems equal to how many you actually grab. So if you grab one gem, the clown is holding one gem. If you grab 2 gems, the clown is holding 2 gems. Now it stops at 3, so if you grab 4 gems, it only shows it holding 3 gems. And I feel like that's important, because 3 gems is how many it takes to make a match. So it almost doesn't matter how many you have more than 3, because you know when I throw this, it's going to make a match. And so I feel like right now I just have this box up here and a number. Like I have a picture of the gem and a number. And that's not very obvious at all. Or it's obvious, but like it's not very aesthetically nice. And kind of what I want to do is the same thing Magical Drop did. I want the clown to hold the gems. And just go up to like 3. So you see the clown holding 3 gems if you're holding 3 or more gems. Like, that's what I want to do. But I also don't want to just like, I don't want it to seem like I'm just ripping off Magical Drop, but I feel like that's about the best way to go about it. I didn't see her down there.
Quit touching my butt, Muffin, that's inappropriate!
Yeah, but I can't think of a much better way to go about doing it. Like, they show you holding the 3 gems because in the early Magical Drop games, they only showed you holding 1. And that told you what color, but it didn't really tell you what you needed to know, so eventually they changed it so you're holding 3 gems if you're holding 3 or more. And that's super useful so you know if you're going to make a match or not. Like, I really like that. And I feel like the visual of just, like, 3 gems being there... I feel like the visual of having 3 gems there instead of just having a number is also, at a glance, way more obvious as to what's going on. Like, you just need to glance, and a picture is worth more than having to read a number for that. So, like, both of those are important. And then I feel like on top of that, if the clown is holding them, then that fits with what you're doing. You've kind of got your eye on where the clown is. Like, I just feel like it's the best option. But I also don't want to seem like I'm just ripping off Magical Girl. Oh man.
I don't need to worry about the player's health when they save, because I automatically save their... I automatically replenish the player's health. So, like, they just start off.
It's funny because whenever in Welgaia, since whenever you change rooms, I effectively, like, do the same thing as saving and loading, only without actually, like, saving to the file. Like, but due to that, I actually save a lot more information than I use. Like, when you load a game, I auto-heal you, so you're at full health. Even though I save how much health you have. And I save which direction you're facing. Even though, like, not that that matters. Like, I technically... If I wanted to, I could enable 100% anytime saving. And it would save whatever you were doing in whatever position you're in. It wouldn't save everything in the room. It would reset the room. See, that's what I was thinking, Daisy, is like, even if I wanted to go with something like that, maybe doing something that felt like my own twist on it.
Just have the clown go.
Oh, I just saw that real quick, and a couple people at work play Destiny 2. And, like, every time I hear them talking about it, and it's just like an MMO FPS, and I think, I don't know, I kind of want to give that a go. I mean, just playing like an MMO where you run around and shoot things, that sounds like an alright time. And then every time I think about it, I stop myself and I say, if I want to do that, I just need to reinstall Warframe. Like, that's a much cheaper alternative that will scratch the itch and not cost me $60. For something I'm probably going to play for like 5 minutes and then go like, yeah, that's about enough. And then another important thing to keep in mind... And then another important thing to keep in mind here for the clown is, like, the visual is important, but even if I wanted to add my own twist, I was thinking something like, maybe have little glowing lights circling them that are, the right colors, but that doesn't work for colorblind people.
Yeah.
Like, so you need shape and color, so I would effectively need pictures of the actual gems. But, like, at that point, they're...
Do pictures of the actual gems, though.
Well, I mean, no, that's... I'm just saying, like, that's what I need, then, is pictures of the actual gems. But then I feel like if I make, like, 3 tiny little gems orbiting them, you're, like, not going to be able to tell what the crap those things are at a glance.
Yeah.
They're going to be so tiny. So, like, I need them to be big enough. Like, I don't know. I want to try to come up with my own way to do it. Or my own, like, my own special little twist on it, or something, instead of just, like, reinventing the wheel.
Have them sit on it.
Just set on them.
Yeah. Set on the pile. Sit up too.
Then they'd have to scoot the pile back and forth. Yeah, I feel like I would want to, like, take my own twist on it.
You're so pretty, Melissa. Yeah.
But I don't know what I'd do. Yeah. I'm not gonna sleep on it, though. I mean, I say I'm gonna sleep on it, but, like,
Well,
what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do is get in bed and then just immediately conk out and not actually, like, do anything, and then I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning and not know anything more than I know. I'm liking this whole doing the dishes early thing, though.
yeah.
Like, hey, I gotta get ready for bed. Guess what I don't have to do? Something that takes half a bloody hour. I'm also liking that we're not using many dishes, but it also helps that I'm washing the dishes multiple times. I almost feel like I would want to continue washing, like, lunch dishes after lunch. Because, like, it's simple, it's nothing to do. And then that's that many less I have to do after dinner. It'll also be nice when we don't have to, like, dry them and dry the sink. But, like, just walk. Because otherwise it'd just be, usually after lunch, it'd be our breakfast and lunch, so it's just gonna be a couple bowls, couple plates, wash them real quick, toss them in the dryer, and move on with our lives. Take no time at all. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and if I can't think of anything, I'm just gonna friggin' do the magical drop thing. Because I cannot think of anything better than that. But yeah, otherwise that's that. That's going to be the next thing I work on, I think, is getting the gem to actually do the thing with the player. We do have a dishwasher, but we don't... It's a combination of, one, bug problems.
Recent uprising.
Yeah. One, recent bug problems. And two, since it's just the two of us...
It takes like a week to fill that dishwasher, and those dishes are sitting in there dirty for a week.
Yeah. Like, since there's only two of us, we don't go through enough dishes to run it that often.
And like, 90% of the stuff that we use, like our pots and pans, aren't dishwasher safe. So
Yeah.
you have to do the dishes anyway.
Yeah, I have to wash those anyway. And if I feel like a lot of it is just the prep work and the wind down from doing the dishes. If I'm in there doing the dishes, doing one or two more dishes means nothing. And on top of that, the stuff that we'd put in the dishwasher, like the plates and silverware, is all super easy to clean. So, I always just... Like, we used to use it a bunch, but honestly, like, I just found myself just doing them by hand more and more.
Especially like if I went out of town to visit family.
Yeah.
You never use the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Like, I was the only one who actually like wanted to put stuff in the dishwasher.
And half of that is still, when you're out of town, half of that is, for one, I'm not as familiar with using the dishwasher, but also because I go all day and I've got like 2 plates.
Yeah. May as well.
Yeah.
Just clean.
And what I'd end up doing is, like, by the time you got back,
Yeah.
I'd like run it just to clean them, and it would only be like half full when I run it.
I know there are units in this apartment complex that instead of a dishwasher, they have a washer-dryer hookup.
Oh, give me that.
Yeah, and I kind of, like, if we weren't looking to move out of this specific complex,
Yeah.
like, if we weren't looking to move elsewhere entirely, I'd be like, maybe we could talk to them about switching units and do a washer-dryer unit. But no, we're getting out of this friggin' hell.
Yeah.
Like, there's too much, and they do not care.
And on top of that, at this point, we're also paying so much in rent Like, we're paying $100 more in rent per month than I paid when I first signed up.
Yeah.
But at this point, we're paying so much in rent that I don't have the money to move to a larger apartment, but I do have the money to just buy a house. So,
Ironic,
yeah.
considering the state of, like, everywhere else in the country. Is
Yeah.
Like, you can't afford to buy a house in, like, any other state. Well, any of the non-flyover states, anyway.
And originally I moved into an apartment because I didn't have the money to buy a house. And now it's like I don't have the money to live in an apartment, so I'm gonna buy a house. Alright, that's things though. We got the menu. It looks super slick, super nice. Next thing I'm going to be working on is doing some work on this screen just to make it look a little bit better. Getting the gem counters to move places they need to be, like move them over top of the character and get all that fun stuff going. I'll probably do something with the quotas, like getting... Probably do something with the quotas, like maybe getting a like a little bar that fills up in the middle or something. Which Magical Drop 5 did that, but I don't like Magical Drop 5's bar. Because it's like curved and they got a pile of gems in the middle that, like, what does this pile of gems in the middle of these bars means? So I may do something like that, so you actually have that, and I'll put the numbers down somewhere else. So I'm going to do a little bit of work on this room, screen, whatever, and then I'm probably also going to put down some slightly better art for the gems. So that's probably going to be the next thing we do. And then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is work on implementing the time trial and endless modes. Which shouldn't be too hard, but may require a little finagling, because that means I'm going to have to make a game field that only has one game in it. So I may have to, like, change the code with that to, like, not throw garbage, because garbage isn't going to be a thing. But yeah, that's going to be the next plan. Otherwise, it's late. Good night, everybody. I'm glad I got to do this because I've been mulling this over in my head for like a couple days now, and I've really wanted to get that menu done. I work reasonably fast when I actually take the time to think about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it before I sit down to do it. Like, the long streams are when I'm just sitting here going like, alright, we're gonna work on this today. Give me a minute while I figure out how to do it. But yeah. Good night, everybody.